Hello everyone, and welcome to something a little bit different on this channel. This game's called Dustforce. It's sort of, I don't know if it's a well-known platformer. Like, certainly I have seen it. It's been at like AGDQ and stuff. But it has, I don't know. I remember thinking when I saw it that it looked super cool, and I didn't really understand it at all, but it looked really hard, and I wanted to try it. And I never really got around to it until, I don't know, a few months ago. So that is the first thing that I want to say about this is that like I'm not playing this blind. I definitely have played quite a lot of Dustforce. Well, for me, perhaps a lot. There are people who've played a whole lot more than I have. I'm not really that great at it. I reset my save file in order to do this recording, so all of everything is all like not. I haven't played any levels or anything. But before resetting, I had gotten like, if you know anything about Dustforce, I had like gotten all of the red keys, I think is the thing, and I maybe beat one of the levels in the end area, but like I don't know. A lot of these levels are still a challenge for me. Getting gold keys is still, or getting perfects on gold levels is still tough on a lot of them for me. So I did all of them eventually, but anyway. Point is, this is a platformer. It's fun, and I want to just show you guys like what the deal is here. So, you know, see if you like it. Hey, welcome to Dustforce. So this game is about, you know, it's a platformer, right? And so you walk around. I'm using a controller, not the arrow keys like it says. And you play as like a janitor, and it's all about picking up dust. There's like dust all over the place, and you have to clean it all up. And so this tutorial is teaching you really basic stuff, and I'm going through it much more slowly than I would if I were like... I'm going through at like the pace of a good beginner, I guess. I don't know. So you can jump, you can double jump, you can run up walls, you can dash, and all of the controls are really smooth and like... and tight, like you need for a good platformer, right? And you can wall jump in midair and like do all kinds of stuff. Let's see, and slide on walls, of course. I don't remember what's a good route for this level, but it doesn't really matter. Any route is fine for the tutorial. And you know, I am nowhere near competitive at this game, but I had a lot of fun with it when I was unlocking everything. And so there you go, that's the tutorial 1. And I think I got a perfect on that, right? Yeah, so at the end of every level you get a rank, which is which has 2 components. Completion, how much of the dust did you get? S being the highest, all the way, you know, S, A, B, C, D. I think it goes down to E is like the worst. And finesse for... so basically, if you take too long without ever touching any dust, you lose your combo meter, basically. And the more this happens, the worse your finesse grade is. So if you pick everything up without ever losing any combo, you get an S, and otherwise you get a grade worse than S. And then there's a time as well, and you can like watch, you know, we can watch a recording of me playing this again, if you guys are into that. But of course, hello? Did I really just stand here doing nothing for 6 full seconds? 10 seconds? Apparently so. All right. So obviously we could do a lot better than this. But so that's like the first tutorial, and now that we've learned how to jump and how to wall jump, we can go up to the second tutorial. I kind of like that it's like, okay, well, how do I get to that second tutorial? Actually, I guess you apparently do know enough to get there. Third tutorial, I should say. Anyway, so this is the combat tutorial, where not only is there dust on the floor, there's like dust objects that you have to clean up, right? And so you have a broom you can sweep at them. And so I don't think I've recorded, or rather uploaded, any like real-time games to the channel before. I tried to upload Crypt the Necrodancer some time ago, but I just had a terrible time. Like, at the time, I could barely keep the beat while playing normally. Forget about doing it while recording and narrating, right? I'd like at some point to get back to that, because I've been playing a lot of Crypt the Necrodancer, and it'd be nice to have it, have it online on the channel. But anyway, doing this, like, commentating while real time and needing to keep track of... You saw I almost missed my combo meter there because I had to go back. I thought I had maybe missed a spot. No, you can't fool me. There's a spot there. So when you use your heavy attack against enemies, I guess you could call them, you sort of leave some extra dust, gets smashed all over the place, and you have to pick it up. So that's why I kept going back. And on every level, you also... when your combo meter is full, you can do this, like, ultimate attack, destroy all dust in view sort of thing. Which is what I did at the end there. It's usually best, like, there's a spot at the end where it's like, here's a good place to use your combo. But there are places before that as well, on some levels. Anyway, so... What was I saying? I have found it hard to narrate while doing something real-time, especially something that takes as much concentration as Dustforce. I'm going to go through this a little bit more slowly because it teaches you a few techniques that it's useful for you guys to know about while you're watching. Jumping while moving at dash speeds. You can dash, and if you... Well, actually, let's start by saying when you're running, it takes you a while to get up to full speed, right? So if I start here while not moving, and I just hold move and hit jump, like that's how far I go. What happens if I build up a bit more speed? Do you actually build up speed? Yeah. So if you have speed built up, you can do that. But when you dash, you're like sort of immediately at full speed. And so what they're teaching you is if you dash and then, dash and then jump, you can make that gap without having to build up speed. So dash jumping, yeah, you can do a dash jump and then another jump. So you can make pretty long jumps with these techniques. There's also something that I don't think they teach you in this tutorial. If you hit dash and jump on the same frame while you're in air, you get to... Well, actually, before I explain that, so using your double jump, you only get 2. And if you dash, that also takes up a jump. Like, I can't jump after doing this. But if you hit dash and jump on the same... Hello? It's a little bit tricky to do. But usually I don't have that much trouble. There we go. If you hit them on the same frame or something close to the same frame, you get to do a dash and jump at once. I don't think they teach you that in this tutorial. And here, a really key mechanic is like whenever you attack and destroy an enemy, and for these tutorials, little square things are your enemies, you get your extra jump back. So you can go up there, hit it, and jump again to get even higher. Right? So this is sort of what the game is all about, is managing your jumps and stuff. You can slide down hills. Actually, let me go back and show you something. So if you slide down the hill, you go pretty fast, and when you come out, you're going fast, right? Like, great. But you can actually... here's a good one. If you... Yeah, they're teaching me this now, although it's a bit hard. If you're sliding down the hill and you start dashing, you actually get to go... Sliding can get you to go faster than dashing can. You build up a lot of speed going down for a long distance. And that speed quickly goes away when you start running. But if, when you hit the bottom, you start dashing, you can keep that speed for quite a while. And it's, experts can do it a lot better than I can, but that's sort of the idea. And you can do this over a jump as well. Right? There we go. And so there's stuff on the ceiling. You can wall run, you can ceiling run. Okay, so there we go. The advanced tutorial. Anyway, so I'm gonna try to commentate here, but it won't be as high quality as you're perhaps used to from my turn-based games. And we're redoing here because I would like to get S's on everything, and you know, it's not like it's hard to get all S's on the tutorial. But I paused in the middle to explain some things, and so I lost my combo meter and so on. Yeah, so there was some silence, just like I was warning you there would be, because I'm not really sure what to say while I'm doing all this stuff. Having now explained many of the basic mechanics to you, it's sort of just a matter of trying to complete all the levels, which I have done before. Some of them I'm quite sure I could get SS on in the first try, but some of them took me a lot of tries to get SS even once, and I don't think I could do it again without a lot more tries. There we go. So, all S's. Great. And now that we're done with the tutorial area, we get up into the main area of the game. Now, I've installed, prior to starting this video, I installed I guess, popular mod called Dustmod. And I don't know exactly what all it changes. I was hoping that, like, it would give me the ability to, like, manage multiple save files, but it seems like instead I just overwrote my old save file with an empty one, which is fine, I guess. So down here is where you can, like, is like a level select area, but there's also, you can't actually use any of it yet. Like, you can only use it to revisit levels you've been to. And in here is where all the actual levels are. There's sort of an overworld map, and from here you can access a bunch of levels. Like, this is the first one you're expected to play, but you don't have to. Everything is, well, I guess it's not true that everything is accessible. Things have these keys, these locks. So like this has a bronze lock, and you need a bronze key to open it. And the way to get a key is by getting a perfect score on a level of a lower rank. So this one has no lock on the door, which means it's a bronze level, and if we get a perfect score on it, we'll get a bronze key. Sort of the idea. But you can at least, like, get to all of the doors, even if you can't open them yet. So I don't have to do downhill first. I could, I don't know, what is this, fields? I could do fields first. And some of the levels are actually quite difficult to get to. Oops. That's how you die. Yeah, these are spikes. There we go. But so we could get over here. You know, I don't have any silver keys, so I can't open these levels, but in principle, like, they're over here, and I could if I had any. Oh. Oh. So here's a cool technique that they don't teach you in the tutorial. When you're going down a slope, you can, there's sort of this, I just pointed at the screen with my finger, I hope you guys appreciate that. See how there's this sort of like overhang here? What I did was, as I was sliding down this, I switched from sliding to saying grab the spot above me, and I got to carry over my speed from the slide to go like really fast up this slope to bring me back on the other side. So there's a ton of cool like techniques for moving around in this game, and you get to exercise some of them in the overworld, just to like demonstrate I've mastered this technique that they're going to make me use in the level over there. But alright, we'll just start with downhill. And there's actually 4 characters you can play as. Dustman and Dust Girl, I think, are very similar. Apparently Dust Girl is like slightly less floaty. I don't know. I can't tell the difference. Dust Kid has very short jumps, but she gets 3 jumps. And Dustman is like extra super floaty, and he has higher jumps and bigger, slower attacks. I don't know. I usually just use Dustman for everything. Occasionally switching to one of the others when a level like really calls for it. So now that we're out of the tutorial, these we don't have these just the enemies are different. This is we're in the forest area, and instead of seeing prisms for enemies, there's these like things full of leaves. So instead of like being dust, everything is leaves now. And so as you can see, I got through that level pretty quick, right? Most of the levels in Dustforce are quite fast if you don't need to try more than once. And actually, even though I reset my save file, my high scores are still saved on the server, I guess. So we could see, you know, here's me doing a slightly better job of this, for example. This time I'm not touching the controller, we're just watching a replay. This does not look very great, honestly. Like, I feel like I had to do better than this, but, you know, whatever. It doesn't matter. I'm not really competing for high scores. So I don't know exactly how many levels I'm going to do in this first episode. I don't know. Get to like 20-something minutes, maybe. And just sort of talk, like... Oh, so we got a bronze key, right? Is there a... Yeah, we have a bronze key now, so if we want, we could go up and do that one up there. But I'll just sort of do these in order. They're all, especially these early ones, like I could go through in my sleep. So there are sort of 4 main areas of the game. We're in forest now. Oh, missed a spot. Where all of the dust is leaf themed, right? We have these leaves on the ground. And, oh. Alright, start over. I missed a spot on the top right there. So when you use your I think they call it super, your like sort of clear everything ability. It clears all monsters within, or enemies, I guess is the right word, within a certain radius of you, and also all dust on the floor within a certain radius, provided that you have line of sight to the dust on the floor. The line of sight stuff does not apply to monsters, and so you can sometimes accidentally hit enemies but miss some dust on the floor, which matters because a level is declared over when you have defeated all enemies, regardless of whether there's any dust left on the floor. Anyway, so we'll do Valley next for a sample of like what is a slightly harder level, but not terribly hard. I've practiced this one a number of times. And one thing I like about this game a lot is the music is just so like zen and meditative. It really encourages just like, I don't know. Okay, I'm clearly a little bit spazzing out here, but it encourages, I don't know, just like getting in the zone, I guess. There we go. I remember I used to have a lot of trouble with that spot, but now... Oh! So those guys shoot out little spikes. And so that's one way. You can lose your combo A by just like not cleaning up any dust for a little while. But you can also lose it by getting hit by any one of the enemies who actually tries to attack you. Which is what happened there. I didn't attack quite quickly enough to take that guy out before he shot me. But it's hard to feel, like, real mad about it, because they're so cute. Right? The enemies? They're adorable, and each of them... Uh-oh. Each of them is just a little, little forest creature who's been somehow taken over by the dust, right? Like, they're very angry until you clean them off, and then they just turn into these like little raccoons or whatever, who just want to be friends with you. So they're not bad guys. They're just covered in dust and they need to be cleaned up. It somehow makes people angry. I don't know. There's not a lot of lore in this game. You gotta make it up yourself. There we go. That's better. That's how we're supposed to do it. Don't land at all before attacking that guy. Hey, that guy almost got me. So that's a particularly large enemy. Most of the ones that we've seen so far can be cleaned up with a single heavy attack or 3 light attacks. This guy I think would take like 2 or 3 heavies, but of course the super attack also works. So there's usually something at the end of the level that is worth using your heavy against. What is the deal with my time here? My current time is 51.549, and my previous what's listed as my best time ever is 51.550, which is very confusing to me because... Oh, I bet this is something to do with Dust Mod. Because, time is recorded in like 0.013 seconds, which is like a single frame, I guess, on the high scoreboards. And I wonder if Dust Mod just uses a slightly more accurate timer to show you the local time somehow. Or maybe it just like rounds differently. I don't know. At any rate, this looks like it's my best time, which is kind of nice. So there you go. That was a slightly harder level. And so I'm sure that I'm going to leave a lot of unfinished thoughts because I keep getting distracted by stuff that happens in game. And unlike in Crawl, I can't just let the game wait while I explain whatever weird thing I've just thought of. I kind of have to move on, and then I forget to get back to whatever it was. So that'll happen. If that bothers you, I don't know. Probably don't watch is my advice, honestly. But this is a combat-oriented level. It's got like a lot of enemies and a very small area. There we go. So there are, I think there's at least one combat-focused level per major zone of the game. Maybe there's usually two. I'm not sure. I think two. I'm not a huge fan of them, but they're fine. Whatever. As you can see, my high score for this one was with Dust Girl, because she gets, in addition to having like quicker hops, she has very fast attacks, but very small attacks, so you have to be accurate with them. I don't know, let's do like one more level and call it an episode. I don't know, it seems fair. Tunnels. Ah, right. Oh my god, that was terrible. I can be way faster than that. There we go. That's the idea, is once I hit the ground, I have to... why am I not able to... I should be able to grab the ceiling as I go by there. I'm doing something wrong, I guess. Okay, so what I need to do is dash over until I'm under the ceiling and then jump to grab the ceiling, I guess. There we go. Yeah, I should be able to do that without a landing in the middle as well. And I don't know, it wasn't really necessary to do those restarts because I didn't break my combo, I'd still be getting SS. But I kind of like to have at least a reasonable, like, if there's some obvious way to improve my time that I feel like I'm supposed to be capable of, but I'm messing up, like, I don't know. I'd like to go back and do it right. Oh, missed the corner there. I could have gotten a much better speed off of that if I'd kicked off the corner, but I missed. Man, these levels go by so fast. Like, I keep thinking they're going to be 5 minutes or something. It's like, no, it's less than a minute. This is great. Did I leave anything down here? I guess... Wait, I forget. Should there be a thing if I've beaten it? No, there's no marker on the outside of a level if you've got an SS on it. Fine. So we want to go to this spot up here, right? But even double jump isn't high enough to get you there. One thing you could do is you could switch to... what is the name of the old guy? Dustworth. You could switch to Dustworth, and his double jump is high enough to get you up there. But actually, it's like not too hard to just jump there from here, as long as you use dash jumps. Firefly Forest. Okay, remind me what the pathing for this is. I mean, I haven't really like watched people do this. Well, that's not true. I have watched some speedruns of this, but I can't... The stuff they do in speedruns is way too good for me to even emulate, so... I've sort of just made up my own paths that seem reasonably good. Ah! Shouldn't have slipped down there at all. Okay, that was... I got some dust on the ceiling, had to use up my super there to clean it. Kind of stinks, I'd like to have it. I think there's a big totem guy coming up soon who you kind of want to have your super for. But maybe that's an okay place to use it, I don't remember. Anyway, I'm glad that, like... put some platformers on this channel because I do like playing some of them, and I've been playing them even though I'm not really recording much of anything at all. Hey, shouldn't you be... Does he really take 2 attacks and I just forgot? Anyway, I've been playing stuff like Dustforce and Necrodancer, but I haven't been recording it because it's just like felt so imposing to do anything real time while recording. So I'm glad to be doing it, especially since I'm like sort of out of episodes of everything else at the moment. So I don't know, like, let me know what you guys think. I think I'm just gonna record the 1 episode of this tonight, and I'll put it up in the morning. Oh, that was such a bad pad. Oh my god, I should get that first. Yeah, so I'll put this up on what is like tomorrow for me, i.e. of course today for you guys. And like, are you guys interested? I don't know. Like, on the one hand, I sort of just like want to put up whatever I'm playing because that's sort of what I'm doing and I like recording stuff. But like, if everyone who watches this hates platformers, like, I don't know, I guess I'll stop uploading it. I do have sort of a precedent on my channel of turn-based games with tactics and strategy and stuff. So, or puzzles apparently. I've started doing puzzles recently with you know, Silicon Zeros and Opus Magnum and so on. So I guess that was all of the easy forest stuff. I keep meaning to end the episode, but I just can't, you know? Oh, I can do better than that. Come on. I've just like forgotten what these levels look like, so I'm not really doing the stuff that I sort of learned a while ago. Oh wait, I'm supposed to go up and then around. Okay. Anyway, so if you guys like this, I can do more. I could also try to do Necrodancer. As I said, when I first started playing, I was like, I tried to play that blind and like upload, you know, my very, oops, this is not great. Upload my very first experience, and I just like couldn't play, let alone talk while I played. And I suspect Dustforce would have been pretty similar if I'd tried that, so I don't know. On the one hand, I'd love for you guys to get to watch as I go from knowing nothing about the game to being reasonably good at it. I felt like I just couldn't even really provide a recording at all before I got to a tolerable level. But anyway, so like, I don't know. This is a different thing from what I do, and if everyone hates it, like, I guess I can stop. But I'd love to hear that you guys are enjoying this. I wonder... I guess just like, I don't know. What? So I think we actually finished all the forest levels just now. I feel like I should be able to explain more like what I'm doing in these levels. Because you've sort of just been like listening to me talk and watching me play, but the two aren't correlated at all. So like, what if we tried to run through, say, a really early level with, like, actually, I don't know, can I provide explanatory commentary? I guess I could go through the level once slowly and like show you guys what I'm planning to do, and then go through again and do it. I don't know, I guess I'll give it a try. So through this whole area, I like kind of dash stuff, right? Just pick that up. And then I think it's actually better to just sweep that there than to just actually jump up on the ceiling to get it. I'm not really sure. But we slide through here, and so notably, if you just like slide, you go like about that far. But you can go a bit farther, I think, if you dash when you get to the bottom, which is what I usually do. I'm just not sure if it's actually helping or if it's like kind of silly and pointless. Yeah, see, you can go way further. But you don't exactly want to because you end up missing like some dust that's in the middle. Like I always do here. I always, just sort of like it's a habit, when you get to the end of a ramp, like dash off of it. It's just a thing you learn to do all the time in Dustforce. But that means I end up overshooting the dust in that area. So really it's better not to if I can remember. This guy we can clean up with a single heavy attack or 3 lights. It's usually faster to go with a single heavy. But there are sometimes reasons why you would want... Oh man, I forgot to explain stuff. There's sometimes reasons you would want to use 3 dashes and 3 lights instead. So here's kind of a, I don't know, fun spot, right? You have to dash... If you dash down onto a ramp, that makes you go particularly fast because dashing down like makes you reach maximum falling speed quickly, which gives you more momentum off the ramp. And if you then dash again at the bottom, you can get like a lot of speed. I'm resetting so that all the dust is back, and I can show you what the point of all this is. So we run over this stuff, and then while we're still going super fast, jump up and sort of run along that ceiling, and slide back down here. We should, I think, be able to carry a dash along this whole area. Climb up here. And so we don't even have to land after we hit that guy, right? We can jump up, slam, and that gives us another dash back, which we can use to go like this. And then at the bottom, we'll have all the combo we need to take these 3 guys out. So, I don't know. That was me trying a slightly different approach of explaining a level, and then let's go back and do it again. And maybe you guys can see the things I was talking about in action. I don't know. I feel like on easy levels, this maybe is overkill, and on hard levels, I can't do it, so maybe it's not worth investing in that kind of approach. That one felt pretty good, though. Was that my best? It looks like it. Yeah, nice. Cool. Anyway, I think that is going to do it, as I said, for this episode. I'll upload this in the morning. It would be great if you guys who are watching could actually like give some feedback on this. I know I'm always happy to receive feedback and say, please feel free to let me know what you think. But this is one where I've only got 1 episode in the pipeline, and I'm interested to know if you guys would like to see more, or if it's just like, what the heck are you even doing this for? So, please let me know in the comments whether you'd like to see more of this or not, or just give it thumbs up, thumbs down, I guess. It always sucks to get thumbs downs, but that would be a good way to let me know also that you don't really care for this stuff. So anyway, I think that's going to do it for now. Thanks for watching, hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time.